Hello, today we will be going over how to create a discussion board within the Blackboard course website. Now, in order to create a discussion board, you have two ways that you can go to access it. You can create a content link through the plus sign in the upper left-hand menu system and by clicking Tool Link. Selecting discussion board and making it available to users and submitting, or you can go down to course tools in your course management menu and select discussion board. I always suggest that if you are using a discussion board that you create a link within the Blackboard course menu, as this will make it available to students who do not have the course management menu system available to them within Blackboard. However, you can see the other video that we have done about linking discussion boards to content folders within your course library if you would rather link them on a weekly basis to just certain forums. For today's purposes, we have gotten into our discussion board and we will select the course site. And here we have our main discussion board page. Now, as of this time, we have not created any forums, so we're going to click the gray Create Forum button. Once you click the Create Forum button, you're brought to your main page to create a forum. You'll need to name your forum, and you can provide a description. Most instructors choose to include the prompt for their discussion board within this description text box. We will just put a little bit in here. Alright, after you've added your prompt or your information that you want to include within the forum, you'll scroll down and you'll see you have some options available to you. The first set actually goes about availability. You can make the forum available to students by selecting the radio button next to yes, or if you're working on this and you're not ready to launch it quite to them yet, you can select no. Do be aware that if you do select no, you will have to come back in and select yes when you do want them to be able to have access to it. The second part to this forum availability is an adaptive release that you can set. So if maybe you don't want them to have access to it until a certain date and time, you can check the checkbox and fill in the criteria you want for the date and time. And you can also have it displayed until a certain date. So if you want it to close at a certain time and you're only giving them a certain amount of time to complete it in, this is where you would do that. Now if you scroll down a little bit further, you see the main forum settings page. The first three options that are shown on this page, allow anonymous posts, allow author to delete own posts, and allow author to edit own published posts, are pretty much netiquette. Usually you leave these unselected just in case for some reason you would have to, a student wasn't completing the assignment in an appropriate or professional manner, you wouldn't want them to be able to delete their posts and you not be able to bring to their attention why it was inappropriate. The other options that are allowed down here is allow post tagging. This allows students to put in certain keywords to make their posts searchable within the forum. Something that's not really used all that often, but it is a very cool feature if the students do choose to use it. Allow users to reply with quote is simply allowing users to include either all of the text from the person that they are responding to or from the prompt even in the reply that they generate to the forum. Allowing file attachments is simply just allowing them to attach anything to their discussion board posts. They can attach audio, video, picture, documents, PDFs, what have you. The other thing is in allowing members to create new threads. This allows that each student can post their own thread within the discussion board forum. Most instructors do allow members to create new threads, although some instructors choose to make the forum available and the first thread that they post is their prompt, and they want the students to respond to that all in one organized fashion. That really is up to you and your style for how you would like to deal with discussion boards. Allowing members to create new threads does make it a little bit easier to deal with visually, as you can see who is posting or not in the main page when you're grading. Subscriptions are something that it's up to you to whether you would like to allow them or not. Allowing members to subscribe to threads allows them to subscribe to individual people's posts. Allowing members to subscribe to the forum allows them to subscribe to the actual discussion board forum. This is a good feature to use if you have a water cooler or a general FAQ that students might not be posting to regularly, but you as the instructor need to keep track of in order to answer them in a timely fashion. So that's where subscriptions really come in handy for you as an instructor. Students don't typically make subscriptions, but they can if you do allow them to do this. Here are a few options that are allowed within the subscriptions. They can link to the post, or they can include the body of the post in an email. If you're doing an FAQ or a water cooler forum, I suggest including the body of post in the email. That way you can respond directly from email, or you can go in and post within the water cooler or in the FAQ forum. Member rating posts, you can do this. It's a star system up to 5. Again, it's something that it's really up to you if you want to allow that feature. Forced moderation is a very big feature that is used within Blackboard discussion boards. Forced moderation basically means that the students will post and then they will not be able to see their posts until after you have looked at them and graded them and published them while you were grading. And if you select forced moderation of posts, be aware at this time you would have to publish each individual discussion board in order for the students to be able to see it again. Simply unchecking this box does not take away the forced moderation. It's a good idea to use if maybe you have a hot topic, either social or cultural, that you're talking about, just to make sure that students are responding in a professional manner, or if you're asking for like a 2-part form, or maybe they're submitting something one day and then the next week they have to come back and review submissions and respond to the submissions made by their peers. So it's a tool that's good to use depending on what you want to use it for. The second to last section here is grading. Obviously no grading in forum, you're not providing a grade for them completing the discussion boards. If you select grade discussion forum or grade threads, it will automatically post a column, a calculated column within the grade center. Grading threads usually does not happen. The simplest way is to just grade discussion board forum with a total number of points possible. If you grade the threads, there is a chance that students might get misgraded if they didn't respond to a certain thread, or if the thread wasn't properly included within the forum. A subsection to this, if you are grading, the show participants and needs grading status after every blank post. If you're asking your students to write one original post and post 2 responses, let's say, then you would need to say after every 3 posts. This will show them in their grade center the green field with the white exclamation, letting them know once they've posted 3 times within a forum that they're done, they're good to go, even if you haven't been able to post a grade yet. If they only post twice, let's say 1 post and 1 original post and 1 response post, they will get an in progress logo, which is a pencil on a paper, and they'll know that they need to go back in and finish that because they have not completed the required amount of posts that you've set forth in your discussion board. You can add rubrics to the discussion board if you are grading the discussion board, and we'll go over rubrics in a separate tutorial video. Alignments, form alignments is what is defaultly selected. That's what should always be selected. You don't want to do thread alignments, it'll just be confusing. Once you set up everything that you want in your options, you want to push submit, and remember we're clicking only once, not want to double click and get locked out of Blackboard. Now we can see that our discussion board forum has been made. It also gives you this subtext in italics letting you know that the discussion board will not be available until after that adaptive release date that we had set on it when we set it up. If you need to edit your forum, you can select the gray submenu arrow and click edit, and it will bring you back to that previous page. If you want to view the forum and see who's posted, you simply click the title of the forum and it will refresh into a new page where once everyone has posted, you will start seeing a list of items, of threads that you can view. This has been Aiden Sizemore with how to create a discussion board forum.